Hi folks, this is All the Fruit, and today I'm exploring and foraging through the Osumi River Canyon in Albania. It's supposed to be the biggest and prettiest gorge in all of Albania, the Grand Canyon of Albania. I'm already deep inside the canyon. As you can see, here the fish traps of the locals. A lot of those fish traps everywhere here. Very beautiful countryside, great karsts, great limestone karsts, very few traces of human habitation, a little bit of trash, and unfortunately some four-wheel drive tours coming through here. Can you imagine, folks, such a beautiful canyon and people don't want to come and hike here? No, they want to come with a fucking jeep. Oh, okay. Maybe I found the wrong place to cross the river. I think this could get deep. Everything, well, I mean, I can get my electronics wet even in 5 centimeters of water, but everything above knee deep is difficult to manage, especially because of the mud accumulating here. As you can see, the water is not crystal clear. That's not pollution, that's just the limestone dust and silt washed from the mountains. But yeah, it's making everything slippery. Oh, look at that! Beautiful yellow flowers up there. Not 100% sure about the name. I haven't worked on the flora of the Balkans for 40 years, but this could be Sternbergia colchiciflora, a very beautiful wild plant from this area, which is also a popular ornamental, a popular autumn lily. Also look, Mediterranean macchia on those dry cliffs up there. I think this is mostly Phileurea with turpentine pistachio in between. Down here, where the plants have more access to the river water, there are elders and sycamores, and I think over there I see something that could be a hop hornbeam. Judas tree, turpentine pistachio, mastix pistachio, both without edible fruits, but with countless other uses. Brambles, some sort of ash, probably Fraxinus ornus, strawberry tree, holm oak, Rundopliniana. Yeah, the whole works. And here the canyon is already filling up. The river is already filling up the whole gorge. Also, this murky color shows that the summer drought, which usually lasts around 6 months, it's at its end. The first autumn storms have come and have washed all this stuff into the river. Would it have been more clear and more beautiful a couple weeks ago? Yes, I'm sure. And the most important thing is it would have been less slippery. Oh no, I'm afraid I'm entering. I'm afraid. Yeah, slippery is one problem. The other one is I'm entering deep water. Oh, well, with quick mud. Oh no, I'm in deep, not exactly shit, but yeah, have to get rid of the shoes. Well, everything would be fun without my luggage and my electronics. Oh. Yeah, not get rid of my shoes completely. carry them. Oh yeah. Oh. 10 centimeters of mud. Feeling like 15 centimeters. Oh, after so many jungle adventures. My instincts are screaming crocodiles. But fortunately, no crocodiles in Albania yet. However, less than 10 centimeters are separating my backpack from the... Okay, now back. Cannot continue like this. Yeah, this happens when you go on a canyon adventure alone without a guide. Okay, backpack still dry. My stupid ass didn't think about buying a couple decent plastic bags to carry my stuff so that I wouldn't be in deep trouble even if my backpack got wet. So now I have to keep everything meticulously dry because I have enough water for a day and a night, and also some food. Because of that, my backpack is too heavy to carry it comfortably on my head, so I've got to carry it. Also, here another issue. If you look at this, the water has been about a meter higher in recent days. I mentioned before that's the 6 months of drought is all but over. I'm today in water. It's getting deeper at time, suffocating myself, and my instincts are screaming crocodile. I don't need the crocodile to die in this canyon. Let's look the other way. Let's concentrate on the beauty. Oof. Okay, getting more shallow already. Oh, very strange water pattern here. I think there is a deep hole. Such deep holes right next to cliffs, they can be several meters deep. Oh, and it's a bit steep and very muddy, so it's pulling me in. Oh, look at that. I'm making such a fuss, but I'm not the first person here. Look at that. Must have been a big canyoning expedition. But they didn't have their camping equipment and chargers and power banks and multiple phones with them. Oh, awa, my fucking toe. Switch back to carrying my backpack the proper way. Hope I'm not gonna regret it. Oh man, I'll have to cross this river about every 50 meters. Come on, man. Couldn't I have come here a couple weeks ago? And there was probably a thin trickle of crystal clear water. That sycamore. It was a couple hours later in the day, and if I had the means to make a fire, this might have been a great place for a camp. But neither can I make a fire, nor do I want... Oh, canyoning expedition is in trouble. Nor do I want to stop so early. Oops. I thought I saw mussels. Nope, no mussels in sight. I was talking about mollusks. Earlier I saw a dead big crab of a size where it would have been very interesting for foraging if it was not a vegetarian. If I was not a vegetarian, the crab is not. Mollusks would also be theoretically very good foraging resource, but not for me. Oh no, now I have to cross at a deep spot. Come on, man, that idea kinda sucks. Okay, not that deep, bit over knee deep. I was afraid it would be more than twice. Okay, it should be clean enough and wet enough here to see if there is something forageable here. No idea if you can forage xanthium. Black locust is toxic. Don't know about what is this beadens. I don't think it's edible. Could eat the tiny grapevine, but why should I? Willow is more medicine than food. Tussilago I think only in small amounts. Spurge, stay away from it. Oh, here. I could eat Soncus. I could eat Plantago. I could eat this Taraxacum relative, but they don't look too appetizing. Here is another Plantago. This one looks edible. Plantago Meyer, man. Puh. 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 Already tough and unpleasant. Okay, puh. So nothing really forageable in these lush greens. But did I mention the beautiful countryside around here? Mwahahaha. I wondered if this place is worth a visit. It is. Those three sycamores there are definitely one single individual, and behind them a flat area with grass. Very good for a night's sleep, but as I said, it's too early. Also a feral mulberry next to them and a fig behind them. Very valuable foraging resources. Also, since people are usually throwing their trash very freely into the countryside and into rivers around here probably a little bit less, because tourism is one of the main businesses here in the area, tourism in this gorge, but there is almost no trash. That means that the river is probably quite clean. So swimming here shouldn't be a problem, and in a pinch I would even dare to drink the water, but what am I carrying so much water for with me? I don't want to get into that pinch. Oh no, I don't want to get into that mud either. But did I mention the beautiful scenery. Oh my. This looks like another quite deep spot. Did I hear something? Don't think there are people here. I think this must have been a bird. I guess the canyoning expedition passed here maybe. Yeah, today, no, not into the deep mud trap. I'm here on a ridge between one mud hole here and one mud hole there. And those ridges, yeah, they don't always last very long. Oh. Getting deeper. It could be worse. It could be worse. There could be crocodiles. But the scenery and the scenery. Did I say every 50 meters? Oof, it feels like I have to cross this river. But every 30 meters, and my feet are starting to hurt. That's not good. This continues too long, they will be compromised for at least a day or two. Not a good thing in such a wilderness situation. So I need to try again with the Crocs. Also, everything that's weighing me down must go. Kidding, of course. Everything that's weighing me down must be eaten after it wallowed in the mud for cinematic purposes. Did I mention the beautiful landscape? Just look at it. Yeah, no regrets. No regrets yet. I mean, my luggage hasn't fallen into the water yet. Sanguisorba, it's also edible. Outdoor stalactites on the walls. The walls are supposed to be 70 to 80 meters tall. To me they look a little bit more like 50 meters, but who knows? There is a mole among us. Or something else that likes to dig through the mud. Crossing the river again. And I kinda have a superstition that if I don't film myself even once when crossing it, I will fall into the water. Na. Amaranth, also edible. However, most of those edible spring greens, they should be super tough now in autumn. Bitter dandelion. However, here in the riverbed they could be less tough, but yeah, the dandelion is still bitter. Psoralea is not edible. Not much forageable stuff around here. Of course, for a prehistoric human, a lot of those things would still be palatable enough. But my spoiled modern Western palate, well, if there are no tomatoes, let's eat the tomato plant. Smells like tomato at least. Yeah. Kind of edible, but don't think tomato green is gonna become my favorite green. A melon, that's not my melon. However, up there I can see a house, so probably that's where the stuff is coming from. Another very important foraging resource on the Balkans is the tortoise. There should also be turtles around here, but this is a dry land tortoise and somebody has already munched on it. Black nightshade. Very strange, very pale fruits, but still unripe. Oregano, a nice herb. 2 cups of corn or 2 pieces of 1 cup. A wild carrot. Theoretically edible, but phototoxic. That's a very important resource. Oh, why didn't I think of a stick before? Wild lettuce. Not just the name, this is really the ancestor of the garden lettuce. And of course, Konica albida is invading even here. Very typical for Albania, flint veins. Although this is so dark, it almost looks like obsidian. Yeah, but flint veins in the limestone. I guess for our ancestors, this was also a very valuable resource. Flint is, well, apart from obsidian, flint is the best material to make stone tools. Not that brittle flint, but there should be deposits of better quality flint nearby. This looks maybe like 70 to 80 meters. Very different picture when you don't see the river. Here the gorge with the river. Here the gorge with the river hidden behind the gravel bank. Bet there's fish in here. But this thing would be very difficult to drain because it's the lowest point for quite some time. Oh, we have to dig a 40-50 meter long channel. Even if this thing is full of fish, oh, at least it's full of frogs. Even if this thing is full of fish, sure you'll end up with a negative calorie count. Believe me. Oh, hi froggy. There is one in the middle. Believe me, I have done this a lot as a kid, and I can tell you this is a fool's errand. Always assessing the firewood situation, because believe it or not, the stuff that's lying on the ground around here is probably so wet it's gonna smoke like crazy. So you need standing dry wood for your fire. But for decades I've stopped making fires when on such trips. Yeah, you get a cooked meal, but you get so dirty and smelly. Not worth the trouble for me anymore. Of course, if I was in a survival situation. Now, since I'm a vegetarian, I don't see too many resources I could convert by heating. Well, I don't see too many resources harvestable for me right now anyways. Also, it's pretty warm at night, and I think it would be easier to collect. Is there a waterfall or just some rapids? It would be easier to collect enough dry plant material. Okay, just some rapids to collect enough dry material instead of trying to make a fire with sticks and stones every evening. Temperature should be above 20 degrees, so a big pile of grasses and leaves should be okay. Yeah, that's the thing. If I was in a survival situation here, getting fire, except for signaling, not a priority. Building a really great shelter, not a priority. Trying to find food, probably not a priority because I would expend more calories for it. Water, I have here water which would be good enough in a survival situation. Basically I have two choices. Either find a cave, fill it with plant material and stay put, because as a fat adult male Westerner I have months before I starve. Or the other option is move out of here ASAP and look for help. The third option is, of course, make a damn big fire and feed it until somebody comes to check who is burning the canyon. Beautiful canyon. We are not burning you, are we? Oh, another poor tortoise. Well, I guess they fall a lot from the cliff walls. They're being swept away a lot by the river, but the fact that I'm seeing so many dead tortoises is also a good sign. That means there must still be a healthy population around here. In parts of the Balkans they are still not threatened. Yeah, but if I was not a vegetarian and if I was in a survival situation, only in a survival situation because they are protected, they would certainly be the easiest source of protein. Free tableware included. The other question is, if I was in a survival situation or even in a general situation, should I try to climb out of here? It's certainly possible on those steep slopes where they are not vertical, but would it be worth the trouble? You know, when you watch Bear Grylls, you want to survive, you always do the opposite of what he does. He would have munched on those turtles and probably already on his own poo, and he would definitely have jumped into each of those river pools trying to catch non-existent fish or fish that are 2 to 3 centimeters long, and he would certainly have tried to climb the most vertical walls. Also, all things you should avoid like hell in a survival situation. Otherwise, you end up like bleached bones. Oh, what animal is this from? Also interesting thing is, near the town I found a nice cave. I thought I'm not gonna film it. I'm gonna film caves later. There should be more caves. Also, it's being assumed that this whole river was flowing in a cave until it dissolved enough of the limestone so that everything collapsed, and now it's flowing in a gorge. So there should be caves visible everywhere, but for now it's just two walls, a lot of little hanging valleys, the river, nothing else. Caves are incredibly important resources, and that's why our ancestors called themselves cavemen. I'm sure they didn't call themselves cavemen, but we do. Beware of such shelters in case of rain, because yeah, they will protect you from the rain from above, but if there is a flood at the same time, especially at night when you are sleeping also, you are screwed. It's on low ground, clear signs of flooding. Yeah, during the day you could escape up the slope here at least a couple meters to save yourself from an average flood, but during the night it can be a death trap. And remember, flash flood usually doesn't happen when it rains around here. So if it's drizzling a little bit around here, oh, that's deep. If it's drizzling a little bit around here, oh, come on. And you seek shelter under this abri, it's possible that it's pouring a couple kilometers further away in the mountains. This river is mostly being fed by rain in quite high mountains. That's also where all this limestone sand comes from. Although here there is also a lot of coarser silicate sand. And so yeah, if you are hiding from a couple drops of rain here, it's possible that the downpour 20 miles from here is gonna cost you everything. Yeah, not the best place to spend the night. Also a bit of a trap. For miles already I haven't seen a proper exit. Imagine entering here with an army, because this is the easiest path to march through those mountains. Somebody just needs to stand up there and throw rocks and your army is gone. Pretty beautiful sinter formations. That's where a seasonal stream very rich in dissolved carbonate comes down and forms those curtains basically. This looks like a deep pool. I can see some shallower spots there, but in order to follow them, to zigzag quite a lot through this pool. Or I could risk the deeper areas, but no, let's zigzag. It seems to be more shallow here in the middle. You can see rocks. At least it's not very muddy and it's not very deep, since I can see rocks. Come on. Crocodiles. They would add such another layer of adventure. Yeah. Let's see, is there anything else here that's dangerous apart from the terrain and my own stupidity? Oh, big birds, probably herons. They are harmless. Let's see. Bears, not so far down in summer. Wolves, same thing. Well, domestic cattle or horses can be an issue around here. What else? Yeah, snakes and scorpions. I saw a couple snakes the last days. Most of them dead, but still. Snakes, scorpions, black widow spiders. They all occur here. Remember the first time I filmed a black widow spider in Bulgaria. I thought, what a nice, shiny, beautiful spider, and this red hourglass on its back. And I filmed it from 2 or 3 millimeters away. Well, the poor critter kept attacking my lens. Yeah, it was just by coincidence that it didn't get my fingers. I still have all the pics somewhere. It was munching, well, it was basically wrapping 2 dung beetles in a cave in a volcano in Bulgaria. Gorge getting a lot more gorgeous. Guess I have to strangle myself again. However, this time I'm putting the second strapper on my forehead. Less strangling, but also a lot less stability. That's gonna be fun, and I don't even know where this fun is gonna end and how deep this fun is. We're gonna be Oh, 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 hey, hey, pretty deep. Ooh, 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 ooh. And this thing on my head is absolutely unstable. Oh, 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 oh. It's good that I started early because now I can go back to the bank and reevaluate my life choices. This is my new setup. Only slightly more stable offer, but it might do. However, this one is still a bit too loose. Too much stuff. Dangling in my face. Guess this has to do. Kinda. Super unstable. Beautiful ivy. Wow. Everything slipping. Backpack. Backpack is not designed to be worn like this. And if you really want to film during such canyon crossings, better invest in a GoPro. This might be the biggest river crossing I've done in 25 years. Since Arivaipa Canyon in Arizona. Come on. Just 30 more. Oh, wow. It's very deep to the left. Crap. And there are rocks ahead. Oh, yeah, folks, I know that's not fruit foraging. Sorry, not sorry. Without having to keep the luggage dry, this would be pure fun. Oh, crap, I'm walking on a muddy ridge. It's going down left and right. Come on, 15 meters. 15 meters. We're done. Oh, don't worry, water only reaching to my balls now. Oh, steep and Modi. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Ay, 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 ay. Why so muddy, man? Because it's a deep spot. Come on, you pussy. Just because you want to keep your luggage dry. Warm dusha. Real survivalist. We care about his luggage. Just move ahead. See those little depressions next to the rocks? This is a very small one. The last fish pond was a bigger one. Always beware of them. I should start guzzling on my ample water supplies, if only to lighten my load a bit. But I want to wait at least 1 hour after the melon. Did I mention it's pretty here? Did I mention if you go here, leave all your electronics in the car or at home and just group of people ahead. I think this is a canyoning tour, and just take a waterproof GoPro. No, I'm not being paid by a certain company. You can also take any other brand. Now, if I'm a good judge of human behavior, and if this is a guided tour, somebody will yell at me for going into the canyon without paying him. Let's see. Good afternoon. How far is it to the end? How many kilometers until the end?
Kilometers? Kilometers and 11.
11. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Oh, how deep is it?
You can't walk.
Oh, I can't walk. Can I climb out?
No.
I don't want to swim with all my stuff.
You can swim like this.
You think?
Probably in the end it's too deep.
Okay, I'll try.
You try.
Thank you for the tip, folks. Huh?
It's getting very
3-4 meters.
small, George, and
Huh.
you will not pass through.
I will not pass through. You want to say I'm fat?
There, with the backpack.
Thank you. I'll check it out, mate. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Okay, take everything back. They were nice. It's gonna be fun. 11 more kilometers till the end. That means I made 2. Interesting, I could have sworn I've made at least 3. But okay, 2 and 3 is not a big difference when you have a total of 13 kilometers and when you cannot pass with a big backpack. Oh well, let's see. I guess climbing up the cliff it is. What would it be? 20 something crossing in just 2 kilometers. Preciously few foraging resources. I guess as a Stone Age person or as a Stone Age tribe could have also chased a herd of buffalo or horses into that gorge and set them a trap. This would have worked, but neither am I a Stone Age nor am I a hunter. Ha! A traditional Albanian foraging resource, the banana. Are the guys talking about this? Okay, let's take their warning seriously for a change. I'm putting away the phone for a little bit here. Pretty canyon. Pretty canyon. Oh, there is a viewpoint up there. So if this video continues, then my phone survives. Guess how well it went. Guess how well it went. Everything is soaked. Had to swim for 20 meters. Not even sure if my other phone is working. Sleeping bags, clothes, everything fucking soaked. Now, about life choices. Stupid idiot came here without the necessary amount of plastic bags. I mean, stuff like that has happened to me in the Borneo jungle. At least I had enough bags. Let's leave everything here. Walk a little bit further. My stuff is not completely soaked, as you can see. About 1/3 of the surface area of each sleeping bag is soaked. They can still serve some purpose during the night. But I can either sleep here on this wet, muddy beach or go back. Oh my. Also, it's cool and wet here. Stuff's not gonna dry. So this is not a survival situation, but of course a very inconvenient situation. What options do I have? Spend the night here on the wet beach with wet stuff? Nah, doesn't make sense. Go back with my backpack like this. For now, all my electronics are still working, surprisingly. Funny enough, my waterproof jacket got hit the hardest because the lining is not waterproof. Also, my cornbread, my only my only provision. I need to get to a dry spot. Going back. Okay, going back like I came now. Maybe wrapping everything in my tent. But my tent has openings on all sides. It's supposed to be waterproof, excluding the openings, so it will only delay everything a bit. The other possibility is finding enough driftwood to make a raft for my backpack. But in this area there is not enough driftwood. I found only one substantial branch which is soaked. I would need at least 10 to 15 branches of that size. And there is one more idea. About 500 meters upriver, there should be a manageable slope and a side valley. However, it's possible that the side valley is a hanging valley, meaning that, like many of those little valleys, it ends somewhere 30 meters above me. It's also possible that the slope is a hanging slope. I don't even know if hanging slope is a thing, is a word. Yeah. So it's possible that I will not be able to get out. The other thing is, this group, there was an old lady in there, and no offense, little old lady, but I don't believe that you came 11 kilometers. And those people told me that there is something, that there is some spot where I couldn't squeeze through with the backpack. How deep is this here? I'm afraid to try this even without my luggage now. Well, they told me there is some spot I cannot squeeze through, so I think that they came from above, just no more than a kilometer above. That means that this spot where I cannot squeeze through with the backpack should be nearby. I mean, if it's a slot canyon like this thing ahead, then I would have to go back for my luggage, and my wallet is lying around open. If it's a slot canyon like that, there is totally a possibility that I will not be able to fit. Crap, man! Yeah, stupid life decisions. Oh, freak it, man. Another such spot. I'm a bit traumatized. It seems to be even longer than the first spot. Cannot see an end. Nah, man, think I'm gonna cut my losses, wrap everything in my tent, hope my electronics don't get any more damaged than they are now. Head out, head back, hope I arrive on the more gentle slope outside the canyon with enough daylight left to dry my stuff. Yeah, sometimes the only feasible option is cut your losses or double your losses by going back. Yeah. Yeah, man. All that kinda sucks, but nothing too horrible has happened yet. Nothing that wouldn't have happened in a really heavy rain. So, for now, everything is set. Also on the way back, I'll have to carry 6-7 kilograms more. All the water. But it's gonna be all right. Right now, I'm not even in survival mode. I'm thinking about all the beautiful views I'm gonna miss. And so, folks, those are the results of today's fun trip. Everything spread out to dry. Yeah, I have to do it a lot more tidily because I just threw it out quickly now. But yeah, unfortunately I didn't make it out here in the sun. So now I'm wet, everything I have is wet, the sun is gone, and I'm not really familiar with everything here, but I guess wet and cold air is gonna come out of the gorge at night. So either I will stay somewhere down here or I'll go at least 20-30 meters up where it's gonna be warmer and drier. It's called microclimate. But first let me rearrange my stuff a little bit. No rearrangement will make it dry before nightfall. Well, it is, what time is it? 6 o'clock. I still have time to go and find a room for the night, but no, I'm a stubborn bastard, staying. And well, when in doubt, go forage. Those two grapes still not looking good enough. Everything else eaten by the birds, but so many figs. At least one or two should still be in season. Dinner. Small, also low quality, to be honest. The taste is not great. Oh. But it's food. Of course, fatso like me is not gonna starve if I miss one dinner. I don't even have to miss it. I have my cornbread soaked in nice river water. Yes, I'll eat part of it, but I want fruits. Bunch of green figs. Green, but ripe. Tastier. Yeah, and that's why you gave me only one, right? There is wind up here. Considerably more than down there. If I wasn't so lazy, I'd bring my stuff up here. Wind is almost as good as sun. But I'm a lazy bastard. Another green fig. You're not escaping me. Oh, that bird has already eaten half of it. But the rest is not too rotten. Oh, one more. We're gonna eat tonight. I mean, we are eating tonight. Brr. The wet shorts are starting to feel cold. This is more or less the time when I would change into something dry, if I had anything dry, and where I would eat a nice warming dinner if I had anything to eat apart from those tiny figs. And there is a freaking dung beetle inside this one. Thank you. Any dung beetles? No dung beetles? Rotten? No. Yeah. Slowly bringing together a dinner. Not the first one foraging for those figs. The brambles are trampled. Interesting. What's the structure? I already saw it yesterday. There is a dike in the middle of the river, continuous over there, so that it works even when it's so that it would work even during a flood. Why don't they want water to go into the other part of the river? I mean, they have blocked off just quite a narrow strip of the valley. Interesting. Biggest fish trap of all time? No, I think it's something different. Oh, also, it's starting to get, well, not dark, but the light is getting weaker. A lot earlier than I hoped. Gonna sleep in wet stuff tonight. Basically no wind down here to dry the stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna spend the night here. It's beautiful at least. So folks, this was my kind of unsuccessful foraging / exploration trip into the most famous canyon in all of Albania. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful, incredibly fruit rich, hope so, country of Albania. And of course, don't forget, you wanna hike a canyon, bring enough plastic bags.